Hello everyone and welcome back to my horror stories series season 1 episode 2. My name is Barbos, also known as BSGG storyteller, and today I will share with you another story. A story which is also inspired a little from some real life events. I hope you will like it and will find it scary. It was the middle of the night when Emily checked into the old hotel in the center of town. She was exhausted from a long day of traveling and just wanted to get some rest. The receptionist gave her the key to her room and directed her to the elevator. When Emily got off on the 3rd floor, she felt a chill run down her spine. The hallway was dark and musty, and the only sound she could hear was the sound of her own breathing. She walked down the hallway, counting the room numbers until she found her own. As soon as she opened the door, Emily felt a sense of dread wash over her. The room was cold and dimly lit, with peeling wallpaper and old, creaky furniture. But it wasn't just the room's appearance that made her uneasy. There was something else, something that she couldn't quite put her finger on. Emily tried to shake off the feeling and settled into bed, hoping to get some much-needed sleep. But as soon as she closed her eyes, she heard a faint whispering coming from the corner of the room. She sat up and strained to listen, but the whispering stopped as soon as she did. Emily tried to convince herself that it was just her imagination, but the feeling of unease wouldn't go away. She got up to turn on the lights, but they flickered and then went out completely. Now she was truly scared. Emily fumbled for her phone, using its light to guide her as she searched for the door. But when she tried to turn the doorknob, it wouldn't budge. Suddenly, Emily heard a loud banging on the door. She screamed and backed away, feeling like she was trapped in a nightmare. The banging continued, growing louder and more persistent with each passing moment. And then, just as suddenly as it started, the banging stopped. Emily stood frozen in fear, not daring to move or make a sound. Minutes passed, and she slowly started to calm down. But then, she heard a faint scratching sound coming from the closet. Emily watched in terror as the closet door slowly creaked open, revealing a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her. Emily knew she was in real danger now. She had to find a way out of that room, no matter what it took. But as she backed away, her hand brushed against something cold and clammy, something that wasn't there before. She turned to see a ghostly figure standing right behind her, its eyes fixed on her in a cold, dead stare. And with that, Emily knew that she was doomed to spend the rest of her days trapped in that haunted hotel room. But just as Emily had resigned herself to her fate, a sudden gust of wind blew through the room, extinguishing the candles and causing the ghostly figure to disappear. The door to the room swung open, and Emily ran as fast as she could down the hallway, her heart pounding in her chest. As she reached the elevator, Emily heard a voice calling out to her. She turned around and saw the receptionist standing at the end of the hallway, her face twisted in a sinister grin.
"You can never leave,"
the receptionist hissed, before disappearing into thin air. Emily knew she had to get out of the hotel, but when she reached the lobby, she found that the doors were locked from the outside. She was trapped. Desperate and afraid, Emily looked around for any way out. And then, she saw it, a small, rusted key sitting on the front desk. With trembling hands, Emily picked up the key and tried it in the door. It turned with a click, and the door swung open, revealing the darkness of the night outside. Emily stepped out into the cold air, gasping for breath. She looked back at the hotel and saw the windows flickering with ghostly light. And then, she knew that she had to warn others about the haunted hotel and the sinister force that lived within. From that day forward, Emily dedicated her life to investigating and exposing supernatural phenomena. And though she never forgot the terror of that haunted hotel room, she knew that she had survived for a reason, to help others who were trapped in their own nightmares. Thanks for watching and listening. If you enjoyed this type of content and would like to see more of it, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next episode, and until then, stay spooky, my friends.